Yo Nation, what's going on with you guys, man? It's Kid. It's Truth in the building, and today we are back at it, man. We got the For Honor. This is actually going to be a little voiceover for y'all, man. Got a little voiceover because we are talking about the rework. The Berserker's rework has finally been revealed. I'm not really too worried about the Conqueror. I'm not too worried about the Kensei because, you know, I main Berserker on this channel. So nonetheless, I got the patch notes right in front of me. So let's go ahead and get into it, family. Let's go ahead and get to it, man. All right. So first thing first, the light opener and heavy opener. So it looks like the light openers are still going to be the same, but when you use them immediately after a feint, they're going to be 400 milliseconds. So that's for your light attacks. So for those who don't know, that's as fast as the goddamn Peacekeeper, which is ridiculous. So that means, like, you know how I do my heavy feint into my lights? That light coming out is going to be 400 milliseconds. So that's 100 milliseconds slower than what it usually is, which is going to be kind of crazy because they already trip over the Peacekeeper zone. So Berserker has a pretty decent, you know, opener. With that being said, and then for the top light opener, so you know the old top light opener was actually 600 milliseconds, but they dropped it down to 500. So, and all of this is used immediately after a feint. So let me be very clear, if you try to just go right into your initiator light, it's still going to be 500 milliseconds, and the top light is still going to be 600 milliseconds. So nothing's changed from that, but nonetheless, when you feint, when you use that mix-ups, when using those feint mix-ups, it's going to speed it up a little bit so you can get those turtles, you know what I'm saying? So moving on. We got the light attack damage reduced from 15. It was 17, which I think that's fair. If they're gonna have a 400 millisecond attack, it needs to not do that much damn damage. You know what I'm saying? So I do agree with that. I do agree with that. So moving forward, we have the third side heavy finisher in the Bear Mauler. That's now unblockable. I didn't use that shit, so maybe I will put that into my arsenal. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the training arena and see if I can fit that in, but I'm more worried about people parrying. Like, let's say you get a guard break, right, and you hit them with that first heavy, and then you get that, you try to do that second heavy, you know, which they up the damage of. They up the damage of the second heavy from I think it was 55. No, actually that's top heavy. Oh, the second side heavy was 45. Well, actually it was 30, but now it does 45, so that's gonna be kind of lit. But nonetheless, I think most people are gonna parry that second heavy, you know what I mean? Especially if they know that third one's gonna be unblockable. They're not gonna let you get into that mix-up, but that does allow you to feint the second heavy to try to bait something out. But you know, when it comes to heavy chains, that's all kind of low tier, honestly. I'm not like a high tier player, but nonetheless, I'm not like a low tier. So I mean, it might be good, but the one that's gonna be dope is going to be the second top heavy finisher. Like, the top heavy finisher is going to be unblockable. Now that's scary. That's like, you could use that in every little instance. You know, you can do your little dodge light into a top heavy unblockable. They did drop the damage down from 30. It was 55 because, you know, you used to get that crazy trade, but now they did drop the damage, but it's going to be an unblockable, unstoppable, what is it, a hyper armor unblockable finisher that does 30 damage. So they dropped the damage down, but they gave it that unblockable property, the force and reaction, so that's gonna be pretty dope. I like that change a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I like that change. And then they go on to the dance of the parry blades. Like I told you guys, it's gonna be 400 milliseconds for those. Every light attack, like when you're doing your mix-up, is going to be 400 milliseconds, except for the top light, that's going to be 500 now, and both of those received the 100 millisecond reduction. And the dope thing about this is that you're going to be able to keep your hyper armor while you're doing your feint mix-ups, and that's pretty dope because right now in high level, if they know that you're going to do some mix-ups, that they will literally just hit you out of it because they see you feint. So now you're going to get traded. You're going to be able to trade, which is going to be pretty dope. And like I said, the second heavy attack in the Bear Mauler does 35 damage. It was 20. So they're trying to up that, kind of give that little initiative, or they kind of like urge you to use that Bear Mauler combo out of a guard break. And the head slicer. What I believe the head slicer was the top light. I want to say that's the dodge light. You know what I mean? Like the top dodge light. That's what I want to say that head slicer is. But so the uninterruptible stand starts at 100 milliseconds. It was 300. So I used to get hit with that a lot. You know what I mean? Like I definitely did used to get hit with that a lot. It used to I would try to trade, but I wouldn't get the hyper armor quick enough. So I would just bite the hit. So that's a pretty good change. I like that. It's whatever. Now the one that's going to kind of be iffy for me because my reactions suck, my personal reactions suck, is going to be the Deflect. So now if you want to get that guard break after you deflect with Berserker, you're gonna have to press that guard break button, whether that's your what is it, X on Xbox or Square on PlayStation. You're gonna have to press that. You're gonna have to react. So I mean, that's kind of, I mean, I understand why they did it. They say that they did it because they want the people to not be forced into animation. So it makes sense. And you know, it's a skill based deflect. You know what I mean? All deflect should be skill based. You shouldn't get a free guard break for a deflect. So I mean, you should have to react to get that free guard break. You know what I mean? So it's pretty dope. It's whatever. The one I really like though, the one I really like, you guys, is the backward zone. They say they changed the input, so the backward zone is now much easier to perform. If you guys watch my latest videos, you see I'm using the backward zone a lot more. So I'm really excited for this change. So you're gonna be able to use it. It's gonna effectively be a true backward zone, because right now you'll go for a backward zone and still do a frontward zone. It's just a mess. So I like that change a lot. But they did up the stamina cost to be in line with the regular zone. It was 12% stamina, now 65. So it's gonna definitely be a stamina coster, you know what I mean? But it's really used to escape. It's kind of like a get out of jail free card. So, and if it's a reliable get out of jail free card, you're going to be able to get out of things like the push shove from Lawbringer. You're going to be able to get out of that. It's a lot of attacks that you're going to simply just be able to get out scot-free, because you're going to be able to react quick enough. It's essentially going to be a backwards dodge like. That's essentially the way I look at the patch notes. That's what I think it's going to be. So if it's anything like that, it's going to be pretty dope. It's going to be pretty dope. And then on top of that, if you do get parried, it's a heavy parry reaction. It's not a light parry reaction. So it's little punishment with the new parry changes. So it's definitely going to be dope, man. So they talk about head crushers. I think that's the top heavy. That's the dodge top heavy or some shit. They changed the leap distance. Like, I guess like the long range, it starts a little later, and the mid range starts a little later, or starts a little shorter. I think they all start shorter. None of that really matters. And then they talk about the out of lock attacks. They say out of lock attacks now have uninterruptible stance and unblockable properties to match them. Okay, so pretty much they're saying the out of lock attacks are just going to match the same thing if you were locked onto the target. So that's dope. Overall, I'm looking at this and it looks pretty dope. And I should mention here that they did get rid of the soft feint for the light attack. So when you do a light, you can't soft feint and dodge anymore. At the time of me reading this, I don't know if they took that out for heavies, but I know for light attacks you cannot soft feint and dodge. I would do it sometimes, but like not too often. I do the soft feint for the heavy though, so that's definitely going to be I hope that's still in, you dig? So, but with that being said, you guys, that goes over pretty much the main changes for the Berserker. Now I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think? Put it down in the comment section down below. What do you think about these reworks? Now, you don't got to talk about just Berserker. Talk about Conqueror, Highlander, Nobushi, Kensei, whoever you want to talk about in the comment section. Go ahead and let me know, man. But I'm going to go ahead and let this gameplay roll out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm excited as hell for Season 5. Nobody gang, where you at? Peace to the world. Peace to the earth. We out, man. That's a wrap. Peace.